Hey folks, this is Mad Rabbit back in World of Warcraft today. We're in Blackwing's lair. Normally, the first boss is a big obstruction here to try to solo this thing, but I've found a way on another person's video on actually how to solo the first boss and actually go and encounter the rest of this raid. You're only able to do this as a hunter. You dismiss your pet, as you just saw me do. And you go and you'll engage the two guards that are near the controller, take them out, and you want to get the controller and Razorgore himself, who's the boss basically, within line of sight of each other, kind of near each other, and they will encounter each other. What you want to do, and you will jump up on that ledge that you just saw me get up on. I will have to do it again, um, and basically you disengage. And what you'll be doing is flipping up on one of those little ledges. And as you're doing that, you want to actually shoot Razorgore once, basically, and which will basically cause the controller to, or Razorgore, I'm not exactly sure the mechanics of this, to summon the ads. And when that happens, eventually what happens, because you're out of line of sight in that little corner, see how I backflipped there? I shot him. I got out of line of sight. Now on this particular one, I messed up because I was still in line of sight. But so you may have to do it a few times to get it to work right, but that's fine. So as you see here, they summons the ads. What will end up happening once you do, this does happen. The controller will make an announcement, and you'll see it like in red on the side about having regained control. And it's at that point in which the counter basically sort of resets. So that's sort of what you have to look out for. And at that point, you can now jump down. And what you would do is you would engage the two guards again, because they'll be back, and you'll take them out, as you'll see in a little bit here. And it's at that point when that happens, you may also want to look at the door, the entrance to this particular room, make sure it's open, and if it is, that means everything worked out properly in this little, I guess, I don't know if you'd call this a glitch or what you would call it, but what you would do from there is you take out the two guards, you take out the controller this time, as before you wouldn't even touch the controller or Razorgore. Okay, so once you take out them and you take out the controller, then it basically just you and Razorgore. You go up there, take control of him, using the orb up there where that little line's coming out of, and that's basically you controlling him. And that's sort of the encounter right there. You use button 4 to destroy the eggs. You're only able to control him for a limited time. As you'll see, there's a little debuff up there in the upper right. See, I just circled there for about 60 seconds, I believe. And so you got to get as many eggs as you can. What will end up happening is, what you have to do is you actually have to dismiss him. Right click his portrait and hit dismiss just before you reach the end of the time period on that. And then what you do, you'll have like a 3 or 4, I don't know, maybe it's a 5-second window in which you have to wait, and then you can retake control again and just keep redoing this. It's basically it's an exploit. Yes, I know Blizzard never did fix this, or I don't know if maybe it wasn't Blizzard's intention to fix it ever, but I guess it's an exploit. It's always been there. Now, I'm not the originator of this little exploit, so for years, everyone's thought you had to at least you had to two-man this encounter or more in order to be able to get into the rest of Blackwing Lair. And this, for hunters, it's just not the case. With disengage, you can get over to that ledge. So that's pretty cool. As you see here, again, you just basically just keep doing this over and over again. And yeah, he'll just make some empty threats, of course. But no, I didn't come up with this idea. I saw this in another video, so I figured I'd give it a try because I'm really only a mediocre hunter, and I figured, well, can a mediocre hunter accomplish this as compared to some of these rather elite guys who go around soloing raids all the time and going that extra mile to do, really some pretty phenomenal hunter content I've seen out there on YouTube. So yes, even I guess it's kind of a slap in my own face. Even a mediocre hunter can probably accomplish this. So yeah, really, that's really cool. Um, it does give you an opportunity now to go into the rest of Blackwing Lair and attempt the other bosses. I did shoot footage of my first attempt at it. I have to say, in some areas I had some problems. Um, and I'll probably make a follow-up video to this where I show my attempts at it. Um, but there's a lot that is soloable, and I'm hearing that there's a lot of encounters that are soloable. For some of the encounters I run into later on that did kind of hold me up or basically caused me to skip or attempt to skip. Almost all of them are over. You are able to overcome the encounters if you read up on the strategies and how to do it. So yes, this would be a heck of a lot easier, 2, 3, 4 man. But if we're talking about solo, I mean, I'm just basically talking about solo running. There's a lot of really cool looking hunter gear in here, like for transmogging and whatnot. So I just figured I'd reiterate exactly what was said in some of the other videos. And I'm not going to claim credit for this exploit, of course, but I just wanted to present it to you as something that really anyone could do. Thanks for listening, guys, and remember to hit that thumbs up button on the way out. This is Mad Rabbit signing off. Adios.